Hey everybody. Oh my goodness. I am home. I'm home from Atlanta and I just got finished doing a live workshop for authors and what have you, but I wanted to take a moment to just kind of, debrief and think about the last 24 hours. God is so amazing. Hi Shakri, how are you? God is really amazing. I number one just want to say thank you to everybody that supported me yesterday. I mean, I literally was sitting at the station in Atlanta Live. I was literally sitting in the station and I just had tears streaming from my face because I'm really grateful for the fact that, so many of you, supported, what I was doing. For those who don't know, was given just an incredible opportunity to go and minister on TV. It was my very first television experience, and it was amazing. It was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot. So I'm just so grateful for everyone that was there. And so I tagged a couple of people in this, not necessarily to make them watch it, but I really wanted to give a very special shout out and to just kind of give you a couple of lessons that I learned when it comes to just, feeling like you're a success and all of those great things. I want to thank you. I want to thank Terkisa Titanel Harris for being my producer. I want to thank Dr. Kishma George for believing in me and saying, "Hey Tamika, I love your voice and I want you to sing the song that I've written." Definitely got to thank Trina Seymour Bowers. I appreciate all the words that you spoke into my life. Definitely have to thank Dion, who, is my amazing vocal coach, but hopped on a plane and flew, to Atlanta to support me and to sing background and all that stuff. So many people, Jeremy, who's my bass player. Thank you so much for going. I want to thank Lynette, who took the time out to come and sing for me. And of course, Pete, I also want to thank him as well, who is a drummer, and I'm so grateful that he came as well. I love you guys too, but I wanted to give you just a couple of lessons that I've learned over the years, not because I think that I'm so great, but I'm so grateful for what God has done. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. And I wanted to share something. I think that it's important that we always keep this in mind. I don't believe that this is, the end result. Thank you so much, LaTanya. She says she's super proud. I believe this is the beginning, but I think that in anything that we do, I think all of us have hit a roadblock where we have something that we want to do and we focus on what other people think and what they believe about us. And so I wanted to give you a couple lessons from these amazing people that I tagged here that I just want to share with you today, next like 5 minutes. But I'm telling you, when I sat down and thought about it, I said, you know what? I'm going to give them their kudos for this. And so that's the title of it was, you don't need anybody's permission to be successful. You don't need anyone's permission for that. And I think it's so important because we put so much stock into what people think about us. And I'm sorry, what is going on here? We put so much stock into whether or not people think that we're great and what we're doing is going to be great. And when the one person tells us that what we're doing or who we are, or they, downgrade our talent, we are willing to throw in the towel and we walk away. But the thing is, we don't need anybody's permission to be successful. Who told you that you needed permission? I mean, I was one of those people who felt like I needed kudos and accolades from other people to feel like I was somebody. You don't need that at all. God has given all of us an assignment. He's given us all a calling. We all have something very special that we have to do. And you know what the thing is? Everybody that's around you is not going, number one, they're not going to agree. Number two, they're not going to like what you're doing. And number three, everybody's not going to think that you're qualified for it. But again, you don't have to get any permission from anybody else to be successful. What you need to do is you need to forge ahead on what you know is your assignment and is your next level and is your purpose. And you need to pursue that thing with a passion. Thank you guys so much for the heart. So I wanted to tell you what I picked up even just over this weekend. T. Taylor Harris, again, she is my producer. She's somebody who believed in me when a lot of people, I'm telling you guys, you have no idea. A lot of people, again, around you, they're not going to congratulate you. Even when they love you, you love them. And so you need to connect yourself with people who believe in who you are in your ministry, if you're, if you're ministry bound, and they believe in you and what it is that you're doing, because those people are going to constantly push you forward. And when you find yourself feeling like, oh man, wavering a little bit, they're going to be the ones to say to you, no, there's no way you're going to put yourself down. You're going to keep on moving. Okay. So again, you don't need anybody's permission for that, but it sure helps when you have a couple of people that you've aligned with who believe in you and they believe in what you're doing. Hi, Shakita. How are you? Listen, I'm just feeling like excited, I guess. I just wanted to talk. I'm almost done. Dr. Kishma George. If you guys have never connected with her, she's an evangelist and she travels all around the globe talking about the goodness of God. I'm so grateful to be connected to her. And we were talking yesterday after our appearance on Atlanta Live. And one of the things that we were talking about is be willing to start small. See, I picked up nuggets and people don't even pay attention. Be willing to start small. The moment that you give yourself permission to walk into the greatness that God already has there for you. I mean, my thing is we wait for everybody else to tell us that there's greatness there. But God tells us every day. Whatever your passion is, that's the thing. You wake up, you're thinking about it. You go to sleep, you're thinking about it. It's the one thing that you would be willing to do and not even get paid for. It's your heart's cry. It is in your heart. And the moment you give yourself permission to forge ahead and go with that, be willing to start small. We don't have to start at the pinnacle of everything. Every level, there's a lesson for every single level. So be willing to start small. Be willing to learn lessons in order to achieve the success that you want. Other thing that Dr. Kishma said is don't focus on numbers. I love that. One of the things, she's very successful. She has a magazine. She runs a nonprofit organization. And a lot of times the world makes us feel like we have to be caught up in who's following us, who's buying our product, who's telling us that we're great. And we feel so caught up in these numbers that sometimes we forget the process. And there is plenty of benefits in the process. Hi, Toya. Hi, thank you so much for joining. There is a lot of lessons to be learned in the process. There are lessons that are going to take you to your next level of greatness. So it's important not to focus on the numbers, because the numbers are going to come. The numbers will be there, but you got to be ready and not getting ready for that. Again, I'm talking about you don't need permission from anybody else to be successful. You need to forge ahead and do your own thing. From Dion, who is my vocal coach, all the time, I learn from him. Don't be afraid to put in work. Don't be afraid to ask other people for help. It's okay to ask people who know more than you do to help you cultivate your gift, to help you cultivate your thing, and to help you take that to the next level. That is okay. Toya says, I left numbers alone, just the purpose. That's right. Purpose is important. Pursue purpose. Pursue your purpose. And I'm finding everything else falls into line. I used to pursue money and I drove myself crazy. I pursued money. And for me, money is what I equated to be successful. And I used to have my husband all the time say to me, why do you feel like you're not successful? Like he would say that to me. And I'm looking at, well, my dollar amount's not equaling to what I feel like should be success. And you got to pursue your purpose. When you start pursuing your purpose and you stop being focused on the money and you stop being focused on the number and you're pursuing purpose, all of a sudden everything just seems to fall into place. Absolutely. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Sharon. Hi there. And so like I said, in working with Dion, we've been working together for a couple of years, and I found that a lot of times those of us who are creatives, we're so tied to our creative work, right? We're so tied to it. I don't care what it is that you do. I mean, you can be a blogger and you create content. You could be an artist. Maybe you're an author. You're a musician. Whatever it is that we do, let's be honest, we're real sensitive about our stuff, right? We're sensitive about it. And sometimes we don't want help from anybody else. But sometimes there are people that are here to help us go to our next level of greatness. And we have to be willing to trust that process, and we have to be willing to be cultivated. And just because you're working with somebody doesn't mean that your stuff's not great. It means that you've given yourself permission to be successful. Everybody that is in, is where you want to be, they generally will tell you millionaire secrets. Millionaires and billionaires always tell you they always have mentors. Always, right? We're the only ones who are not at millionaire status. I mean, we have millionaire mentality. Honey, give me those coins eventually. But we're the only ones who feel like we have to figure it all out on our own. And even though, there are people that are on millionaire status, we just don't hear necessarily about who their mentors are. But they have mentors who tell them, listen, what you just did the other day sucks. You need to fix it, or they tell you how to appeal to people in a better way. And we have to trust the process and be willing to go through that. So Dion, thank you so much for just being willing to be there and to help me put in the work. And finally, from this weekend alone, Trina Seymour Bowers, you guys, she's an amazing evangelist as well. I love this. And this is what we know, but we just forget it. It doesn't matter the numbers, but wherever you go, wherever you're given an opportunity to showcase whatever it is that you do, whether you sing, you play music, you write, whatever, present it as if you are doing it for the nations. I don't care if there's 3 people in the room. You present that like you are presenting to the nations, and you watch how God blows that up. If there's somebody that's watching this and you don't believe in God, I can't say that I'm going to apologize that we don't share the same beliefs, but it's definitely what I believe. But if whoever he gives you, whoever is in your path, if you've given yourself permission to accept your assignment from God, and you've given yourself permission to be successful, then whenever you have an opportunity to be in front of anybody, take that as an opportunity like you are presenting to the nations. That's how you are ready, and you're not just getting ready. When your next big opportunity or your next big break comes to you, you don't need to be getting ready for that. You need to have your stuff set up for it. You got to have your stuff set up for it. And again, this is not about me just, tooting my own horn. Like I said, yesterday was amazing to be on Atlanta Live. But I'll tell you, initially, when we were approached about coming down there and being able to minister on the show, we thought it was for just one song. But then they said to us, no, be prepared to do 3 to 5. Honey, if this opportunity would have came to me 3 years ago, I would have been getting ready. I wouldn't have been ready. 3 years ago, I wouldn't have been ready. I wouldn't have felt like I was ready, and I wouldn't have gone down there like that. So get ready right now so that you can be ready when the success that you've given yourself permission to obtain is there. Like I said, I just love all the people that are around, and I'm so grateful to God every single day for the opportunity. But like I said, I'm so filled up right now, and I wanted to share that. I just wanted to share, you don't need anybody's permission to be successful. And if you have somebody in your life that makes you feel like you need their permission to be a success, they're not God. They're not God. I don't care who they are. They're not God. Okay. And as long as you're doing what God has purpose for you to do, and you're pursuing your purpose, Toya talked about that, pursue your purpose, then you're going to reach the pinnacle of where it is that you want to be. Listen, I love you guys. Remember, you were created to make God famous. Find me at TamikaHall.com. You guys haven't seen nothing yet. Y'all be blessed.